Hello, Teak Nation. This is Aldrich, Chief Executive Officer of TKE. Joining you here from my home. You can probably see my daughter's dollhouse there in the background if you look closely. Like many of you, I'm home during this coronavirus pandemic. Hope as I begin here that your family, your friends, yourself, that you're all healthy and continuing to follow CDC guidelines and washing your hands and keeping physical distance from folks. I know that this pandemic, the continual line that you hear is that this is the largest challenge that we have faced since World War II. And for any of you who are students of Teak history, you know the tremendous challenge that our fraternity went through during that time and the work that it took to get us through that time and to come out stronger and healthier and all the work that was done, the innovative leaders that came through that time and the men who stepped up, both our alumni but also our collegiate men, to ensure we made it through that time. This weekend, I'm proud to share, we had the Grand Council meeting. We had it virtually, but we did accomplish a number of things during that meeting. First, we approved the key result areas for the 2020-2021 academic year. We approved the budget for the 2020-2021 year, and we are coming towards the finalization of a 5-year strategic plan. The Grand Council made some edits. They took a look at a draft of that strategic plan, and I know as that was being formed, a number of you were reached out to, able to give your opinion on a survey and share what aspects of the fraternity you thought were critical as we move forward in the next 5 years. Obviously, this pandemic is throwing additional challenges our way, but there are also additional opportunities for us to evolve and grow and make the fraternity even more impactful on an international level. One piece I want to touch on as well when it comes to fraternity business, we have passed in the last week or two collegiate financial deadlines. I've seen social media pieces asking, are those still due? They are. And I want to share that many times when you talk about finances, especially with our collegiate members, or even some of our alumni who didn't have as positive experience with our international headquarters, it's nationals and it's a money grab. And I promise you that is not what it is. Ensuring that those dollars that have previously been billed and due are collected allow us to continue to provide critical services. And I'm going to talk about additional services that we want to provide during this time. But those dollars that you invest in our organization ensure that it can live on, ensures that our team can continue to operate. And our staff, I will tell you, if you look at our website and the size of our staff and go look at some of our peers, some of the larger fraternities that we're lucky enough to be a part of, they have larger staffs than ours. And we're asking people already to take on 2 jobs. At some positions take on responsibilities that cover 3 different jobs. So that we can keep costs contained as much as possible and ensure that this fraternity is affordable. This experience is something that men from all walks of life can be a part of. In talking about those services and things we want to provide, I'm really excited about this. Yes, this pandemic has us all sitting at home, and there's no doubt that that's a challenge, and the physical distancing is real. You hear the word social distancing. It's physical distancing. We can still have social interaction. We can still evolve and grow. We can still actually talk about how we grow the organization, or even just talk as men. And so our team is working diligently. You're going to see an uptick in terms of videos like this from members of our team. You're going to see outreach to our collegiate members, encouraging them to get together with some of our members, to get together with their own members, and ensure that this experience moves forward while folks are sitting at home. And for many, if you look at social media, they're starting to get bored and antsy, and this is a way for us to connect. So expect to see webinars, expect to see opportunities to learn from some of your peers. I have a meeting this week with the Collegiate Advisory Committee to pick their brain, find further ideas. What are topics and areas outside of the typical ones that I know in my 12 years of working with many of you that you want to see? What are some other ideas to ensure we're looking into those and doing what we can do? And also professional development opportunities. We have a number of seniors who now it's March. These 3 months were going to be critical for them as they prepared for their job search. We don't know what the job market is going to look like coming out on the other side of that. I want to be able to sit down with some of our successful Teak alumni and let them talk about resume writing, let them talk about interview skills, let them talk about how you should prepare during this time, so that when you come on the other side of it, we talk all the time about the great thing about TKE is you learn from these folks. You have networking opportunities. It's going to make you better and give you a head start in life. And we want to make sure we're providing some of those opportunities for you. I also want to provide a platform, and some of the discussions that I've had with members of our team provide a platform where we can just sit and talk as men. And maybe that's an hour where myself or another member of our team just sit, or maybe a member of the Grand Council sit and just talk about how you're getting through this and the challenges you're having. And this includes our alumni as well, as they're trying to keep their businesses afloat, or they're continuing to find work and ensure that they can put food on the table, a place where we can talk as men. And that's a great aspect of our organization. And the social aspect of it is how we continue to evolve and grow and be there for each other. And that platform isn't there when we're all contained inside. And you might be the person that is needing to be calm and lead your family or lead your friends. And so we want to give you that opportunity for us to connect and for us to talk. The fraternity does move forward, and this is a great opportunity, the way that I see it, for us to evolve, for us to grow, for us to provide resources and do things and connect in ways we never have before. Too many of our men have stayed in their teak neighborhood, in the chapter that they were a part of, and never expanded out into connecting with other frauders. And now that we all are forced to be in our physical neighborhood, this is a chance for us to connect globally and to talk about the challenges and talk about the opportunities and talk about the successes, and even to share stories of what this fraternity has meant to us and what it can mean to us. We're asked to consider sharing our time, talent, and treasure, and that is going to be more critical now than ever, to invest some of our time, to share your talents. If you're someone who has an idea, you're someone who wants to contribute something, I encourage you to reach out to me, email me. You can find my contact information on our website at teak.org. My email address is daldrich@tke.org. If you have an idea, you want to be part of this movement, or if there's something that when it comes to treasure, you want to contribute to ensure the fraternity has the resources it needs to not just get through this, but to thrive through it, to push through it, and to grow what we can do. All of the resources that we gain from our membership and from our alumni are only put back in the organization for us to be able to turn around and contribute our time, our talent, and be able to ensure that we are growing this organization, both in terms of the number of chapters, but also in the experience and growing that alumni experience. I would love to see our alumni engagement spike through this time, and something that then carries forward because of these men who maybe they're sitting home. They're typically in the busy work of home life and work life, that they have a little bit of extra time to invest in the organization and to just connect with men and remember that teak flame, remember kneeling at that altar and making those promises of developing your abilities and contribute them, and the fact that you are part of the fraternity for life. Teak has persevered. It's persevered through plagues. It's persevered through world wars. It's persevered through financial crises, and we're going to persevere through this. And it's going to take all of you working together, this team, this family, this Teak family, working together to get us through it. I ask that you please check on some of your fellow frauders, even if it's just picking 3 or 5 guys to send a text to and say, hey, I'm thinking of you, hope you're healthy, hope everything's going well. That means the world to people. I've been lucky enough to get some of those texts, and it's only inspired me to send some of those texts off to people that I'm close to, or maybe folks that I haven't heard from in a while. So I make a promise to you that we're going to continue to communicate. We're going to continue to stay engaged with our organization through this time, and with all of you. I hope that you find this as a great platform to be able to engage with us, to give us feedback, but also to remember this fraternity and what it is to all of us, which is a great opportunity to grow, a great opportunity to connect, and a great opportunity to take what the giants who have come before us, our founders and the leaders that have gotten us through all of these challenges. They've all stepped up during times like this. As I think about the Teak Loyalty Fund that was founded during World War II, where they asked every alumni member to contribute $3 because the fraternity was on the edge of financial ruin, and the alumni at that point stepped up and contributed $30,000. And that might not sound a lot, but if you think about World War II, the fraternity hadn't exploded and grown to the level it had now. It was the few people that came together during that time, the 100 or so collegiate members and the few thousand alumni we had that contributed to help get us through that time, which only sparked our ability to create a fraternal services staff, to have people out on the road, to expand and grow to all these campuses, and to see that Teak flame spread like wildfire across both the United States and Canada, and then to see those men, once they graduate from their colleges and universities, to go out across the globe and to make an impact and spread and advance the mission of TKE, which is to aid men in their mental, moral, and social development for life. I appreciate you your attention during this video. I appreciate you taking and considering the things that I'm putting forward and finding a way that you can help to move our organization forward. I talked about the Teak Loyalty Fund. We still have it. It's in a different form. It's called Life Loyal Teak now, and you can go to teak.org/lifeloyalteak if you feel compelled to make a gift to help to move the organization forward. And those dollars are going to allow us, again, to advance the mission of the organization. If you contribute to the Teak Foundation, that's going to give you an opportunity to give resources to move the fraternity forward. But it's going to allow us to do more for our organization. It's going to allow us to expand to more campuses, to spend more time with our members, to produce more videos like this. I cannot wait to see the greatness, the innovation that can come out of this time. I was reading recently about Isaac Newton, and during the Black Plague in 1665, Isaac Newton was a student at Cambridge, and the Black Plague hit, and they were quarantined like we were, and that actually lasted for 2 years. And during that time, he invented calculus, and he invented the laws of gravity. And the tremendous success that happened through that time just for him. Think about the unbelievably successful men that we have in this organization, the driven men, and simply the depth, having almost 250,000 men walking this planet who have shared in our bond. What can come out of this time, and what we can contribute to society, and what we can contribute to our fraternity. Brothers, I love the fraternity.